What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Undocumented. I am the big man, of course, Jimbo. Along with me, we have both the twin magic, Cody and Rafe.
What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday.
And of course, we have our residential undocumented man himself, Mr. Cruz.
Drinking power.
This recording not sponsored by Powerade. Fingers crossed one day for that one.
Oh,
yeah, we don't have any sponsors yet. We will get there, make no mistake. Anyway, welcome back, you guys. Sorry we're coming at you a day late. Myself was having a little vacation with my future wife-to-be, but we've got some things to talk about, do we not, gentlemen?
Oh, hell yeah.
Big.
Indeed.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we're going to get into it, jump into it. The first thing we're going to jump into some football talk today before anything else. I know we normally go wrestling, but we got some things to discuss. And there were some big things going on this past weekend. None other than two really big quarterback signings to probably two of the biggest, richest deals in NFL history. And if you don't know what we're talking about, we are talking about Tua Tagovailoa reaching a 4-year deal worth $212.4 million with the Eagles. Oh, no, let's do the Eagles. met with my Miami Dolphins. And the other one, Mr. Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers, reaching a 4-year deal worth $220 million. Them boys is rich. Them boys is really rich.
Them boys is rich for no reason.
Now, I have got a lot to say about this, but Cody and Rafe, what are y'all's thoughts after this happened?
So I'm going to go ahead and say that I wasn't surprised, right?
But which one were you not surprised by, or was it both?
I was not surprised by either one, but here's why. Okay, yes, Jordan Love only had one good year so far. Or one starting year, right? One starting year, he did good, got him a win in the playoffs. You know, he did good. Paying that much off of 1 year, I don't know how I feel about it. I get it because, you know, the quarterback market is crazy nowadays. Obviously, he's going to walk if you don't pay him what he wants, right? And what other options do they have? Green Bay doesn't have any other options at the moment. So, as far as that goes, I would say I get it from that standpoint. And then the Tua thing, when the dude's on the field, he's great. But his issue to me is injury. That's my worry. They paid him all that money, and he's so injury prone that I don't know, man. I don't know.
So my thought on this is, Jordan Love, in my opinion, I don't think he earned that much. You play one full season and they're giving you a record-breaking contract. Yes, it was a decent season, but it's not like he was an all-pro. It's not like he went out and I just can't. I could justify giving him some type of contract, but a contract to be the highest-paid quarterback in the league, no. Tua
for 1 year,
Tua is really good, but let me tell you this about Tua. Hold on. Tua has played 4 seasons in the NFL. He's played one full season out of those 4. He played 10 games, 13 games, 13 games, and 17 games. And that was 17 was this past year. You play one full season and you get that big of a contract? I don't agree with that, bro. I'll be 100% honest with you, because all that does is bump up the quarterback market for people who are more deserving of it and probably won't get it. And the reason I say that is because, let me share my screen with y'all real quick. I've got to show you this because it's driving me nuts right now. So I went ahead and pulled some statistics of the top 12 quarterbacks in the league, or top 12 paid quarterbacks in the league. Check this out.
Take a look.
Trevor Lawrence, $55 million, has a negative record and is even in the playoffs. Joe Burrow, $55 million, has done pretty well for himself, has a great playoff record. I think Joe Burrow deserves most of that money. I'm not going to lie to you. He's a little injury prone, but I think he deserves it. Jordan Love. Look at this. He's played 18 games.
He's at 50%.
And he's at 50%, and he got $55 million.
Nope.
That's insane.
Tua Tagovailoa has a great record, has no wins in the playoffs, gets paid a little bit less than him. Jared Goff, decent record, mid-playoffs. And now, mind you, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, all 0-1 and Super Bowls. Every single player on this list, besides Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, has a losing record in the playoffs and are getting paid this way.
Unbiased opinion, say what you want. I believe in Jared Goff.
I do too. I like Jared Goff.
Agreed.
I think he had a shit run with LA because of the way they built the team around him, to be honest. And I think him being in Detroit, the team that they've built around him there, I agree with it 100%. But in my opinion, just looking at this list, I mean, it drives me nuts, to be honest, because look, Patrick Mahomes, he's 15-3 in the playoffs and 3-1 in his Super Bowls, and is getting paid less than 11 guys in front of him.
Yeah, 100%. And if you look at it from that aspect, what that's going to do is raise the cap on quarterbacks, especially for Patrick Mahomes. Now, I know that he signed a 10-year deal with the Chiefs and whatnot, but you got to think he's going to want more.
Right.
Yep.
They only signed 4-year deals for that much money. Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year deal and whatnot, so he's going to want a hefty pay raise.
Right.
And what worries me is the fact that this quarterback market is going up so significantly every year. I already know what's going to happen. I just have this feeling that, you know, when it comes to Dallas, I feel like Jerry Jones after this year is going to, like, if Dak has a good regular season and they win 1 or 2 playoff games, but they don't make it to the Super Bowl, you know, whatever.
Don't say it.
I just, because Jerry has an issue with being loyal to a fault. That's my worry. And I'm worried that it's going to be a lot of money, I'm going to say it, wasted on somebody who is not getting us over the hump. And I'm not saying it's all his fault because, you know, obviously there's playoff games where the defense plays like shit and he plays lights out. But then when the defense plays good, he plays like shit. It never balances out.
And you know what that shows me? That's a fucking coaching issue.
Most likely, honestly, yeah.
That's a coaching issue.
I think that's part of it, but I think it's also an owner issue.
Oh, 100%.
I agree 100%. I've thought me and my father, who are both avid Dallas Cowboy fans, as Ray, Cody, and Cruz all know, we've been saying for years that we think the biggest issue with the Dallas Cowboys organization is that Jerry Jones is unwilling to sign a football GM and relinquish any power to him.
Yep.
Jerry Jones thinks he knows football. He thinks we're still living in the glorious days of the Super Bowl era for us. But the fact is, we're not. The game has evolved so much, and he's unwilling to sign a football GM and give up power so that we can be an actual contender.
And not only that, he is afraid to draft a quarterback high up in the draft. And look, the last quarterback he drafted in the first round was Troy Aikman. How many fucking Super Bowls did he win?
It's a really good point. That's a really, really good point. I really hope that what Cody said doesn't get spoken into existence because I'm sorry, but I've lost all faith in Dak Prescott.
I agree. And if you're going to spend the money, you need to prioritize your number one receiver who had 1,700 fucking yards last season. 1,700. And Micah Parsons, who is just a wrecking ball.
Oh, yeah. He's projected to be the front runner for the defensive MVP this coming year. So that's the thing. Now, I would like to weigh in on this a little bit because y'all gave y'all's input, and I want to give mine on this.
Yeah.
As far as Tua Tagovailoa, as far as Tua goes, I think it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Might be unpopular opinion, but I think it was a bad idea. I know we saw the stats a few minutes ago. What Tua's done. He's had a pretty decent record with the Dolphins and whatnot, but guy's too injury prone, and sure, he has decent games. He's got good receivers. They've got decent running backs and whatnot, but I just don't see putting $212.4 million into him for 4 years. I mean, I've watched the guy play, and I'm not taking anything away from him, but if you go back to when he got hurt at Alabama, okay, his senior year, that shit kind of followed him into the NFL, and he's been really inconsistent. I don't see the consistency with giving him $212.4 million for 4 years. I don't see it. I think it was a really steep buy-in, and I don't think it's going to pay off for the Dolphins well. I either see them having to eat that $212 million, or them trading him before his contract is up.
Yeah.
Now, likewise with Jordan Love. Green Bay, what the hell? I don't know where or how they thought that was a good idea.
I don't know.
How Jordan Love has been with the Packers for what, 3 or 4 years now, right?
I think 3. He was 2 under Aaron Rodgers and then a starter last year.
Okay. Out of those 3 years, he sat on the bench behind another quarterback for 2 years. Okay? Mm-hmm. Had very, very little playing time. Finally gets a chance as a starter. Does fairly decent. Gets one playoff win over a Dallas team that unfortunately just did not show up for that playoff game. But then that's it. And it's over.
Yep.
I view this deal as it's been thrown out there before as the rookie curse, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
You paid so much money for a rookie, but he's not a rookie. But I'm just using the analogy. You pay so much for a talent who played so stunning 1 year, and then you give him a really big contract, and he just subpar. Okay, so the talk was there was a lot of talk about a lot of quarterbacks in this regard, and one that didn't get brought up that really annoys me. And again, this might be unpopular opinion, but this is Unhinged and Undocumented. We're going to go off the rails a little bit here. Joe Burrow. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like him, but Joe Burrow is probably, in my eyes, Joe Burrow is probably like maybe top 3 or top 4 biggest duds at quarterback position right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He had one good year, his rookie year. What happened after that? Injuries, inconsistent play. They gave him a big contract. He kept getting injured, inconsistent play. Kyler Murray, same thing.
Yep.
Had a good year his rookie year. What happened after that? Inconsistencies, injuries, not wanting to play without a contract. I'm noticing a trend here.
And that's what I'm seeing, man. It's like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And then the same thing, inconsistencies with bigger name quarterbacks like Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is an overall good quarterback.
Trevor
Lawrence.
But
he cannot win when it matters. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is a really good quarterback, but he just can't get it done. He has inconsistent play. And I saw this the other day on ESPN, and this kind of got the pot stirred for me a bit. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
To me, Lamar is probably a bigger disappointment than Dak Prescott is.
Yeah.
For the reason, okay, everybody likes to talk down on Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
They talk down on him because they gave him a big deal. He stayed with the team. He performed well, but he couldn't get over the hump in the playoffs. He has one playoff win, right?
2.
Okay,
he's 2 and 3.
Playoff wins. Okay, exactly. He has 2 playoff wins. All right, that's it. Other than that, we can't get over the hump. Right? Lamar Jackson is regarded as one of the top-tier quarterbacks in the NFL. He's the same way. His inconsistent play it's too broad, especially when it matters in the playoffs. They can't get over the hump of beating the Chiefs.
And honestly, if you look at that list that we had up there earlier, if you look at it as all these quarterbacks that are making all this money, they're putting anywhere from a third to half of their cap space into one guy, which is causing them not to have a team around them. So they're paying them all that money for no reason.
Yeah. I honestly feel that that's why Dallas is in the position they're in right now, not securing a top running back, not being able to secure their wide receiver one, not being able to secure their top defensive weapon in Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
They're sinking. So many teams are sinking so much money into like you said, into one person on a team. They're not able to bring back their star players, and they have to fish for outside players. I mean, right. Dallas is going to be running a running back by committee this year. Why do you think it is?
Because they wouldn't go get Derrick Henry?
Of course, not just that, but we also can't afford it.
Yep.
We can't afford it because we sink so much money into other players.
So I was watching Speak the other day, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm usually not a fan of Joy Taylor's takes.
Okay.
But she made a good point that I could see it. The other day I was sitting there watching it, and she said that when they were talking about how Jerry said all in, right, the other day. She said that she thinks he means that he basically all his chips are in with what he's got right now. And then if it doesn't work out this year, basically we're in rebuild mode.
That's horrible.
That worries the shit out of me. Like. Because they have so much talent on this roster. So much.
Well, I say rebuild mode, but what I mean by that is, like, obviously they're not going to let Micah go. They wouldn't do that. I think they would keep CD. I think they're talking about Dak-wise.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they threw Trey Lance in at some point this year.
Yeah,
before they give Dak an extension.
They're thinking, let Dak go, see what Trey Lance can do, and rebuild from there is what I'm saying. And that's what she was saying.
I don't know. It's just it's mind-boggling just to see the things that have been going on in the NFL as of late.
Yeah.
It just, again, I can't for the life of me fathom why these giant numbers are being thrown out to just one position, to just one skill position. I mean, yeah, it's a very important position, but I mean, what are you going to do about the rest of your team? I mean, in the Dolphins retrospect, okay, what about Tyreek Hill? All right, what about Jalen Waddle? When their contracts are due,
Tyreek Hill said when his contract's up, he's done. He said he's retiring. So
okay, fine. Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about that?
And his is coming up soon.
Yeah, exactly. You're running. Gesicki, your running back committee. What are you going to do about that? You just pissed $212.4 million for a 4-year quarterback who's, again, maybe controversial, but whose play has been subpar up to this point.
Because let me tell you, Achane deserves to get paid if he plays like he did last year.
Oh, absolutely. If he plays like he did last year, he deserves to be one of the top paid running backs in the NFL.
You know, I'm actually going back and looking at it. This isn't Tua, but this is about Jordan Love. Mm-hmm. Dude, I was reading the details of his contract. Mm-hmm. Why? They gave this dude a $75 million signing bonus, and 160 of his 167 is guaranteed. 167 million.
That's
imagine you get hurt, you sit on the bench for the rest of your contract, and you still get paid 100.
No.
Shit.
And what's crazy to me is if you look at the Packers roster, it's not that built, dude. It's really not.
I was literally just about to bring that up because this offseason, a lot of players have moved around. Let's see. Oh, come on. Sorry, give me 2 seconds here.
Yeah, I mean This offseason, there was a lot of moving pieces on a lot of teams. Honestly, I'm interested to see how this NFL season goes because I don't know.
100%.
I will say though, going back to the whole QB situation. Obviously, we all agreed that we think it's Dak's not it, right? But one thing that pisses me off about all the people, and I know it's because they're going to talk about the Cowboys because that's what Jerry wants. That's what everybody does because you either love them or you hate them. It is what it is. But
yeah,
the thing that pisses me off about it is they'll sit here and talk about Dak Prescott all day long. Oh, he threw 15 interceptions, blah blah blah. But the minute Jalen Hurts does it, oh, just a bad year. He'll bounce back.
It's not even Jalen Hurts. It's Josh Allen. It's Lamar Jackson. It's anybody else besides him because he has a star on his helmet. Yep. Now, they're not wrong. Dak Prescott cannot get it done in the playoffs. He's proved that he's at 8 seasons. I agree.
It's just
but
keep the same energy for somebody else. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Agreed, wholeheartedly. I couldn't agree with that statement more. But hang on, I just wanted to point something out really, really fast here. I'm trying to get to the roster really fast. But again, this is in regards to the Jordan Love thing. All right, we have to.
That's why I like when Shady and James Jones go at it on Speak because James Jones tells Shady all the time like. He'll tell him off. You don't care. Great.
Yeah. So I'm having difficulties right now. What can I get to them?
I don't know. Like I said, I think it's going to be a good season. I mean, not for everybody. I guess it's going to be a good season to watch.
I'll be honest with you. One of the teams I'm excited to watch is the Steelers with having Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. I'm just kind of curious as to where that's going to go.
I'll tell you one fucking high-flying offense, and as much as I hate to say it, the Texans' offense is going to be fucking insane.
Sir, don't you say that.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But I'm a realist.
Jimbo said, don't you wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you bring that. So my boss were actually talking about that the other day. So again, for those of you who forget, my boss, huge Houston Texans fan, loves the Texans. We were talking about the Texans in regards to the moves that they made in the offseason and whatnot. And they made some pretty decent moves, okay? Yeah. Picking up a tailback, picking up a couple wide receivers and whatnot. My concern and my talk to him was this. I think that they have too many mouths to feed, honestly.
Yeah.
Because especially on offense. Because help me out again. I always forget the quarterback's name. What's his name again? CJ Stroud. Okay. We're going to learn a lot about CJ Stroud in year 2. We're going to see if CJ Stroud is really as advertised, or if we're going to get the rookie curse coming back at him.
Yeah.
Or its way around again. Because it seems to me that a lot of rookie quarterbacks make such great strides in their inaugural season, and the second year, they kind of just fall off the map. But we're going to find out. Okay. My argument was, we were talking about this in regards to Stephon Diggs going over to the Texans. My argument was that Stephon is either traded before the trade deadline, or he will be at it with another team next season. Only because, in regards, like I said, they have too many mouths to feed. With Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, they have a couple other receivers that they have now. I just don't. Their running game has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I just don't see Stephon Diggs being I don't see there being enough room for him in the lineup, honestly.
Then he's going to cause problems because he's not getting targets, just like he did in Buffalo.
Yeah, exactly. So what I was trying to find, I cannot find because my thing is not cooperating. So, leaning away from that.
Your thing's not cooperating. Boom.
Phrasing.
Anyway, we will see what happens there. I will be anticipating watching the Texans. Well, that's not true. I will be anticipating seeing how they do because God knows I'm not going to watch the Texans unless I have to, which will be later on this year when they take on the Dallas Cowboys. So I'll watch them.
For those of you who do not know, this coming Thursday is the official start of the preseason for football. We have the Houston Texans taking on the Chicago Bears in the Hall of Fame game.
I have a feeling we will see Caleb Williams for maybe the first quarter, and what's his name for the first quarter as well. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. C.J. Stroud. Jesus Christ.
I don't think so.
Not with the Hall of Fame game. I don't think so. No.
Well,
they usually don't play until like the third or fourth preseason, or the second or third preseason game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, still, it's fun to think about. I'm just excited football's finally going to be back, and there'll finally be football on TV to watch because Lord knows I have been jonesing like a crackhead. But yeah, so those are some little crazier things that are going on. In other news of football related, so the Dallas Cowboys and their star wideout CeeDee Lamb still have not reached a contract agreement yet, but news broke earlier today that Stephen Jones and Jerry submitted a contract to CeeDee Lamb and his agent. No response yet, but from what reports say, CeeDee Lamb and his agent were both very happy with the contract. So, guys, do you think we hear of CeeDee Lamb accepting and joining the Cowboys and Oxnard for workouts?
Yep, I think we'll hear it by Monday. I think it'll be Monday.
I'll just have to say, I think we'll be there by Monday.
Yeah, I think it'll hit Monday. I think he'll be there at training camp by Tuesday at the latest. And honestly, I guess what bothers me about that is I know that's an agent thing. I'm sure CeeDee Lamb wants to be out there, on the field getting it, but.
Oh, no doubt. CeeDee Lamb put out a tweet. I wish I would have screenshotted it, but CeeDee Lamb did put out a tweet that said, if I remember right, it says, "Don't get it twisted. I love this," and then he put the shit emoji.
Yeah.
So I'm almost positive that he does want to be out there, but money talks and whatnot. It's unfortunate, but I'm hoping that, like I said, he'll be with Dallas in Oxnard by Monday.
Yeah, I hope so.
For training camp. So another bit of news that, well, it's not really news, but something that got me excited. I saw something online. They were talking about Dallas' starting middle linebacker core, which will feature DeMarion Overshown, Kendricks, and somebody else. I forgot the other guy's name. Help me out.
He's the new guy from Notre Dame.
Yeah, yes, the guy from Notre Dame. They're the ones they're projected to be the starters, and so those three starters alone. Something that they were talking about is that those three starters project and weigh in at a whopping 700 pounds combined. And I don't know if y'all know, but I'm pretty sure we talked about it. DeMarion Overshown put on about 20 pounds of raw muscle this offseason.
Yep.
And home dude is looking like a fucking tank.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's going to be back to form from his unfortunate mishap last season when he tore his ACL. And so looking forward to that. If our linebackers can perform well, I think our defense will look a lot better.
Oh,
I know that. I also read that Diggs is going to be starting the season on the PUP list, physically unable to perform right now, or for the off season, or right now
for training camp. Yep.
For training camp, but they're hoping that he'll be ready to go for week 1.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Also, I seen some pictures and videos from training camp. Finally got to see Zeke back in a Cowboys jersey. Kind of, geeky about that a little bit. But there was one last thing I wanted to look at in regards to football, and it's actually does not concern the Dallas Cowboys at all. As I stated, we are going to be biased, but we're also not going to be biased at all. So the team I wanted to talk about is, if you can believe it or not, the New England Patriots. So, this tweet happened a couple days ago from Adam Shepard. The Patriots and safety Jabril Peppers are finalizing a 3-year extension with base value of $24 million up to 30. So, the reason that stuck out to me is the Patriots have done well this offseason, in my eyes, keeping a lot of their star players, mainly on their defense, because the one thing I've noticed about the Patriots a lot is while their offense hasn't boasted that well over the years, their defense is always solid.
Yeah.
I love picking up their defense and when we do fantasy football, because their defense always does fairly well, which is surprising. But so this is what their defense is looking like. So from what they've retained, so safety Jabril Peppers, defensive for 3 years, $24 million. Defensive tackle Christian Barrymore for 4 years for $84 million. They re-signed running back Ramondre Stevens to a 4-year, $36 million deal. Safety Kyle Duggar to a 4-year, $58 million deal. Offensive tackle Mike Onwenu, I can't say his name. Anyway, 3-year, $57 million deal. Hunter Henry, their star tight end, who is a really good tight end, 3 years, $27 million. Running wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, 3 years, $19.5. Linebacker Jelani Tavahi, 3 years, $16 million. And linebacker Anfernee Jennings, I think that's his name. I can't say it. I'm not very good with names. But obtained him for a 3-year deal for $12 million. So they have retained I don't know what I don't know what Robert Kraft's secret is over there in New England, but he does really well in retaining his star players for fairly decent deals. Yeah. And I'm excited to see what the Patriots are going to do this year. They have a lot of strippers. It's the strippers.
And they just got a new quarterback too, so.
Yes, they did. They did. So they've done well in retaining a good amount of different weapons and offensive weapons as well. So I'm kind of curious to see if they can turn the corner this year without Bill Belichick. Yeah. So,
you know who else has a new quarterback?
Do tell. Which one?
Huh.
Don't they have
shit.
Don't they have Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, they signed Kirk Cousins to a really good deal, and then they got Michael Penix in the draft, first round.
Yeah, I was kind of just like, I wonder what that's about. I wonder if they're gonna milk what's his name, Kirk Cousins for a year or two, so the Penix can hold a clipboard on the sideline and get educated, and then just okay, thanks a lot, bye. To Kirk Cousins,
Oh, I forgot to say, I went to the Star recently. And they were putting Zeke's picture back up, but with number 15 instead.
Hey, man, it is what it is. I mean, he's not boasting 21 no more. He's now number 15, so.
Yeah.
It was really cool to finally see Zeke back in a Dallas Cowboys jersey and with a star on his helmet.
I hope he goes off this season.
I really do, too. I think he's going to have a good season. I don't project him being I'm projecting being top 5 running backs, but I'd say middle of the pack, maybe somewhere between 10 and 15.
People seem to forget the year he left the Cowboys, he had fucking 12 touchdowns. So
yeah, so we'll see what he does this year. That's all I have to talk about. Rafe, I think you had some more things on your plate, right?
When it comes to football, that was pretty much it. I think we're pretty much done with football for the most part. I think we're just going to trickle into baseball. You had a couple things you needed to put out there.
I did have to talk about. So the thing that stood out to me the most is actually 2 things, okay? One, I am going to, I'm not going to brag about them because my Yankees are hot and cold right now after the All-Star break. They win, they lose, they win, they lose. It's driving me insane. I wish they would just pick a lane and stay in it. Hang on. Let me get back to ESPN really fast. I just want to make sure I get my statistics right. All right, cool. So we were ahead last night by 2 runs, and then we ended up losing to Boston last night. But we did get the win in extra innings tonight. We did beat Boston 11-8, so go Yankees. Thing I wanted to say about the Yankees is Aaron Judge popped one of the longest home runs this season the other day. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see it or not.
Yeah, I saw it. It came up on my ESPN.
Home dude's home run, like, it traveled. It went hella far. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Let me see. Where's it? Come on. Yes. All this is fantastic. Where is... I just want to see how far it went. It's unfortunate. It was on here yesterday, but it seems to have gone away.
I think it was something crazy like 512 or some shit like that.
It was still in the 400 range.
Like
range.
49, 490 something. I remember it was something like that.
Yeah, he built it a hell of a home run. It was like, hang on, let me see. Oh, there it is right here. Sorry, I found it. Stop it. Sorry. Oh, man, I found it, but I lost it. Oh, I found it again. So yesterday yesterday's game against the Boston Red Sox, Aaron Judge belted a 470-foot home run into center field.
Wow.
That dude is a freaking monster. I don't care what anybody says. He is one of the best hitters in the MLB. Home dude can tear the hide off of baseball.
It's the roids.
Stop that. Because if you're going to say that about him, I'm going to start making comments about what's his name, Adolis Garcia. Don't start.
Hey, he did bulk up pretty quick. That was weird.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
No, speaking of the Rangers, they actually went on a 7-game winning streak and had the best record in the MLB in July.
Nice.
So they have caught back up. They're now 2.5 games behind the Astros for first place in the AL East.
Yeah. Well, that's good for them. So, in the AL right now, actually, my Yankees are sitting at 3. They are 3 games out of first place. That's being held by the Cleveland Indians and the Baltimore Orioles, which is shocking to me. But
Baltimore's fucking good this year.
Overall, in the league right now, we're sitting at position number 5. We need to do better because we are in second place in the AL East. So we need to win more games than we lose, so we can stay ahead.
You know what I'd love to see? AL versus NL. I would love to see, just because of the pure power of their offenses currently, the Dodgers versus the Yankees in the World Series.
That I don't want to see that.
I do,
because we lost to the Dodgers recently. Not only did we lose to the Dodgers, I think we got tanked by the Dodgers.
Dude, Shohei Ohtani's a beast.
Just show up with a foreign object.
Well, so just some one last thing I've got in the baseball regards
with Cruz.
What? No,
so just one last thing we have in regards to baseball news is actually concerns your team, Rafe, because I know you're a huge Texas Rangers fan.
Yeah.
The New York Mets have acquired 9-time All-Star Max Scherzer in a trade with the Texas Rangers. Now, Rafe, we talked about this earlier. You didn't seem too down about that. But at the same time, Max Scherzer is a really good pitcher.
Max Scherzer is a good pitcher. I'll be honest with you. He did decent last year, but he is injury prone. He's always injured. He's always playing for AAA. And honestly, it's more of a waste of money having him on the roster because he's never available.
They don't have salary cap, do they?
No, they don't, but it's still a waste of money. It's still a waste of the owner's money. But
oh no, not the owner's money.
But
whatever will we do?
Like I had told you earlier, they have pitchers coming. Dane Dunning is actually just getting out of his rehabilitation from his injury, so he's coming back. Jacob deGrom, who is arguably a top 5, top 10 pitcher in the league, is coming back. I mean, it's they have upside. Honestly, their only issue is their closers because they won't get rid of Jose Leclerc's stupid ass.
Well, it looks like they got rid of one off problem, so you should be happy about that.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything else on those fronts?
No, well, I'm clear of baseball, football.
I've got one thing I want to talk about.
What's up?
Before we get into wrestling, I just wanted to throw a quick shout out there to Optic Texas. They won the CDL League Championship.
Hell yeah!
They are going to be going to the Esports World Cup. So I'll be voting for them there too.
And may I say that they won in dominating fashion. They won 5 maps to 1, and that doesn't happen a lot in champs. So
that was crazy. 5 maps to 1. That's
so there's a guy. For those of you who don't know, there's a guy named Dashy that's been on Optic for a while, and everybody's always giving him shit. So much shit about how he needs to win a championship because he's been in champs multiple times, but he never got over that hump and won. Well, when he won this year, everybody was so hyped and happy for him. So it was good. It was nice. But that's all I got on that. I just want to do a quick shout out to Texas Optic. Congrats, guys. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Hey, it's always good. It's always good. Well, on that note, we are going to go ahead and shift our football talk and our little bit of baseball talk that we had. We're going to shift to wrestling. So, for those of you who don't know, Mr. Cruz and Rafe did a little short the other night on Monday Night Raw. I wanted to be part of it, but unfortunately, work kept me out of it. So, if y'all are interested about Monday Night Raw, we're going to go over a little bit of it, not too much. But Cruz, go ahead and take it away for us. What are some high points in wrestling this week?
Bro, don't lie to the good people. We didn't do that. Don't lie to them like that. Not like.
Yes, we did. Go get views. We need views.
Shut your face. That's why. Now, if you want a full rundown of everything that happened on Raw, please go watch that video. But really quick, we'll go over, like you said, we'll go over the high points. Let's see. I guess we can start with the opener, which was Gunther getting into a brawl with Damian Priest that went all over the arena. Ended up with both of them getting kicked out of the show for that night. I didn't watch it when it happened, but I did see the replay when I joined Rafe that night. Dude, that brawl was so crazy.
I loved how he just popped in the ring and literally just went.
Yeah, just didn't say anything and just
straight gave him that elbow.
No, absolutely, dude. That people's elbow. Following that brawl, we had a number one contenders match: Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker ended up winning the match by referee stoppage after hitting Ilya with a nasty-looking spear.
That was the nastiest spear I've ever seen in my life.
Ended up knocking out Dragunov, and the ref called it right there and gave the victory to Braun. So now we know it will be Braun and Sami Zayn at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental title.
I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Ilya actually hit his head on the apron.
I was just about to ask Cruz, was there any update on that? Because it looked like his head whipped off that apron pretty hard.
I haven't seen anything yet. Let me see if I can find something real quick about it. I haven't heard too much about it.
Yeah. So for those of you who didn't see it happen, you can go and check the clip out. Or so what happened was Braun was on the outside and Ilya dove off at him, and Braun pretty much connected him with a really sick spear, and Ilya's head just kind of whipped and hit the apron on the way down. So it looked like he got popped pretty good.
Yeah.
It was like his head popped the apron pretty good. I don't know the extent of it. That's why we're having our wrestling expert take a look at it. While he looks that up, the Rafe, you want to go ahead and keep going on the wrestling front?
I think, honestly, that was part storyline, just for the pure fact of there was no X thrown up. There was no any type of medical staff.
Yeah, I just found it right now. It's according to a report by Fightful Select, internally it was claimed that Ilya Dragunov was okay after his match with Braun Breaker. This comes after fans were genuinely worried about his well-being following the match. But he's doing good. So
Yeah, it's like you said, Rick. There was no X thrown up, and that's something that I told Megan about on Monday night because we were watching. And when she saw it, she was generally worried, and she's like, "I think he's hurt." And as the match continued, it ended. I was like, "Actually, I don't think he's that hurt." Normally, as wrestling fans, you know when a star is hurt because the refs are trained to throw that X up immediately.
Yeah.
To get medical attention down to the ring.
Yeah.
But Cruz, go ahead and continue, please.
After that, we had Sonya Deville defeating Lyra Valkyria.
Go Team Lesbian.
Shut up. So stupid. Then we had the big one. We had the big news coming out of Raw. As we all know, we've been seeing the Drew CM Punk build going on for weeks now, going back and forth. It was made official. CM Punk is medically cleared. Drew McIntyre is officially unsuspended. They will be having a match at SummerSlam with a special guest referee, and that special guest referee is the one and only everybody's favorite, Seth freaking Rollins.
That's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, CM Punk came out to the ring. He tried to call out Drew for a fight just right there and then. Then Drew came out, but he didn't come out all the way out to the ring. He stood at the ramp, taunted Punk, and then we had a bunch of refs and officials come out. And we had Adam Pearce come out. Then he announced to everybody that Drew's reinstated and Punk was medically cleared, and he said they would have the match at SummerSlam. The only issue he was having was finding a referee, and that's when we hear Seth Rollins' music come out. And Seth himself made the announcement that he was going to be the special guest referee for their match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, so that has the potential to blow up so hard.
Oh yeah,
big time.
It's got to be a street fight at this point. Please, Adam Pearce, make it a street fight or something, or Last Man Standing or something.
Yeah,
I'm very curious how Rollins is going to play into all of this because he still has beef with both guys. So we'll see what shenanigans he'll get into.
Yeah,
following that, it's a restaurant with all the goofy stuff. Dude, we need to go there one day. We had the Final Testament defeating Xavier Woods, Akira Tozawa, and Otis. Following the match, we had a little run-in from Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, trying to get everybody
boo and
burger indeed. Chad Gable still trying to get Otis and them to come back to Alpha Academy with the Creed brothers now. Otis and them weren't having it, and they stood defiant of him. Gable had the Creeds attack Otis and Tozawa. They pulled Otis outside to the ring. Gable grabbed some chairs. He handed them to the Creed brothers, and right as they were about to hit him, see the lights go out.
Boom.
We hear the music. See the fireflies. And we had the Wyatt Six come out. But they didn't get anywhere near them. They stood way up at the entrance. Creeds were outside with the steel chairs ready, and we had Gable still in the ring. And out of nowhere, much like Undertaker back in the day, we had Uncle Howdy show up out of nowhere. As soon as it spun Gable around, grabbed them, and hit him with Sister Abigail. And may I say, if anybody hasn't watched it yet, please go watch that clip because Gable selling that Sister Abigail was the funniest and most amazing thing I ever saw. He literally spiked him into the ring.
Cruz and I actually spoke about this too. That seeing that Sister Abigail for me was, and Cruz as well, was very bittersweet.
Honestly, it was the kiss for me.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I saw Uncle Howdy behind, I was like, Sister Abigail, Sister Abigail, Sister Abigail.
We were both freaking out about it. We were like, please, you gotta do it. Let's do it. Dude,
I was like, kiss his head. He's drinking. And just execute. I was like, oh. Like, look at this chills.
Literal goosebumps. I turned into The Rock when he came out, when he'd always come out and just do like the goosebump thing. And that was literally me at that point. But so far, no match made for SummerSlam if it's going to happen between.
Oh my god!
And what?
I just watched it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
holy shit!
Yeah, he got planted.
I told you, man. He got straight up spiked.
Holy shit!
All right. While Cody is freaking out over there, we we were gonna have a match between Pete Dunne and Bronson Reed, but Sheamus came out from the crowd and attacked both Pete Dunne and Bronson Reed. Then we cut backstage, and they were doing a segment with Sheamus, and he said, "Pete Dunne, whenever you're ready, let's do it." So maybe SummerSlam, maybe the pre-show, maybe Raw after. I don't know, but hopefully we see it because it will. No pun intended. It will absolutely be a banger if they do Sheamus versus Pete Dunne.
Oh, you mean a burger?
Another highlight of Raw was, of course, we finally got a bit of a payoff from the Rhea, Liv, Dom, love triangle shenanigans we got going on. Of course, the whole night we've been following the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day also got into a bit of shenanigans. We saw Finn Balor, JD, Carlito, and Dom at one point try to go find Jay for what he said to Rhea on social media and on Raw last week and all of that stuff.
I wanted to take her to the Waffle House.
I did forget to mention this earlier, but there was a backstage. They were going to do an interview with Sami Zayn about his match at SummerSlam with Braun Breaker, and there was a bit of commotion. So they followed Sami, and he found JD and Finn Balor attacking Jay in the back, Jey Uso, and Sami ran up and helped Jay, and that set up a tag team match between Jay and Sami against the tag champs. Then of course we had Rhea and Dom. Rhea finally had enough. She was like, "Come on, Dom, we're going out into the ring and we're gonna get this all settled." So she's literally the entrance. If you haven't seen the entrance with Rhea and Dom, it was hilarious because she just kept pushing Dom to get into the ring because they were just finally gonna settle this out of the way.
Get in there, bitch.
Dude, she really did. It was like it's just like literally a child at that point.
100%.
Like, about to get sent to the principal's office, bro. But they get in the ring, and then we hear Liv at first, and we don't know where she's at. We thought she was going to come out from, the entrance or whatever. But no, she's like way off into the crowd, like way in the back.
Yeah.
And so, Liv is taunting Rhea and Dom, and she's like, guys like Dom go after girls like me, and that was the moment that broke the internet. I'm not gonna lie, that like everybody was posting about that afterwards.
It broke my mind, I tell you that.
Dude, and my mom says I can't be watching stuff like that. So,
she said, "No, mijo." But you know.
Yeah, exactly, dude, exactly.
That bitch knows she fine.
The PG era is long dead now after that.
Thank God.
So we get Liv saying, Dom, I just want to hear the 3 words that I know you want to say.
No. She did not call him Dom. You call him what she called him.
I refuse to call that man.
She called him.
I'll call him Dirty Dom. That's as far as I'll go.
Daddy.
So here, dude. I refuse to acknowledge him by that.
Daddy, chill.
Oh God.
We get Liv taunting Dom and Rhea, and she's like, I want to hear Dom say the 3 words that I know he wants to say to me. And there's a little tension build up from Dom because everybody thinks he's gonna say it, and he's like, you know what, Liv? I hate you. And he just goes on an absolute rant. That guy laid into Liv. And it was because of
For those of us that don't speak Spanish, Cruz, you gotta translate what he said.
That's literally what Rafe asked me.
What did he say?
While we were watching it live. And I told him, I was like, bro, I'll tell you right now, it ain't PG, and this basically just proves PG is dead. But yeah, he said for the Spanish parts, he said, I don't understand what's going on in your head. I hate you with all my life. Do not understand what I'm trying to tell you. And he called her a bitch and stuff like that. And I was like, God dang! I was like, bro, the
Flew off the rails.
the Mexican side of me was like, God dang, you really just laid into her like that? Jeez, bro, you take her down a notch.
Funny thing is, she didn't even understand what you just said.
She probably did. She probably didn't. I don't know. I will admit, I was a little sad to see. I know it's like kayfabe or whatever. It's like storyline. I was a little sad to see Liv crying as Dom was going on his little tirade. Somebody should have Stone Cold Stunner Dom into like the stratosphere at that point.
For real.
But we see Liv walking away in tears, and then we see Rhea hugging Dom and kissing him too. But straight up licked his face. Like a cat. It was so weird to see. But I guess for now that was, I don't know why you thought that was a good idea to do. I guess for now they're back on the same page. I know, right? I guess for now they're back on the same page, Rhea and Dom. We'll see how this plays out at SummerSlam. But yeah, that was highlight of the night right there, if anything else.
And also another thing with Rhea, I don't know if you have it in your notes or not, but Rhea actually earlier in the show was in the Judgment Day clubhouse and was defending Jey Uso and pretty much told them to leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, he just wants to take her to the Waffle House. That's not so bad.
No, but yeah, you're right. I completely forgot about that.
Get to go watch a fight at Waffle House.
That was really weird. You're like, oh, you're defending Jey now?
And I've also seen some rumors of, what was it? So somebody actually posted this. It says something about that situation felt too convenient for Mysterio, like it was an act to give Rhea what she wanted so that she could so that he could continue deceiving her with Morgan. It would be interesting to hear what he said in Spanish and whether Damian Priest could have called tomfoolery on it had he still been in the building.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out in this final Raw, I believe, before SummerSlam, because SummerSlam's next Saturday. Yes.
Exactly.
So
maybe Dom cost Rhea the match at SummerSlam.
Ooh, maybe.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, right. We had Zelina Vega defeating Zoe Stark in the next match. And then we had the main event, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day. No Judgment Day shenanigans there. That was actually a pretty good match, the main event.
Good match.
Of course, we had Sami Zayn and Jey Uso defeating Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Hopefully a tag team title match at some point for Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Yeah, yeet indeed. And right before the show was about to end, we have Braun Breaker making one more appearance, spearing Sami Zayn out of nowhere, delivering a message ahead of their rematch at SummerSlam.
You know,
Raw.
I need to get one of them yeet foam fingers.
I still can't get over whenever the lights went dark. He just looks at the camera and goes,
just leaves. Oh, God.
I love it.
All right, moving on. We got NXT. Of course, still building up to the Great American Bash. What's up?
No, go ahead. I was just saying it was a good episode.
Yeah, it was. We had Trick Williams opening the show, calling out Ethan Page, trying to get a match against him again. Cedric Alexander warned him to avoid a mistake. Ashante the Adonis interrupted to tell Alexander that he was wasting his time. Trick told Alexander that he was better than him, which frustrated Alexander. The two agreed to a match followed by Trick sending Adonis to the floor, which was very hilarious. Dude, he straight up dropped him like a bad habit.
Yeah.
Then we had opening match was no DQ between Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. We had some shenanigans from Sean Spears throwing Jensen in the chair, and he just beat the brakes off of
May
Briggs
I
with it.
say, for some undercards, that was a hell of a match.
That was actually a really good
It was
one.
a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those are the best ones.
Yeah, right. This was probably better than the first match Briggs and Jensen had against each other. We had Jensen defeating Briggs by pinfall. Then we had Eddie Thorpe versus Lexis King. That was actually a pretty good match too.
I'm kind of digging Eddie Thorpe's character.
Eddie Thorpe, yeah, he's been pretty entertaining. I loved his stuff with Dijak since I've been catching up on NXT. I loved his stuff with Dijak. Those are brutal matches, and especially the NXT Underground. If you haven't watched that, please go watch it. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
And same with Lexis King. Lexis King always never fails. Even losing, he's still very entertaining. Eddie Thorpe defeated Lexis King in that one. We had Oro Mensah taking on Ashante the Adonis after the altercation earlier with Ethan Page and Trick Williams and all of them. We had Oro Mensah defeating Ashante. Then we had Ren Sinclair, accompanied by the No Quarter Catch Crew, versus Carly Bright with Kendall Gray. I have been seeing the little highlights of Ren trying to get in the group with Charlie Dempsey and them. It's been a little entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because she noticed them getting rid of a dead body.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god.
So
the amount of like dead body angles they've done in NXT is insane.
So Gable Stevenson's brother, I don't remember his name, but he just got released.
Yeah.
They basically killed him off. No Quarter Catch Crew put him in a trunk and
they put him in the trunk. And that was it. Yeah, they put oh my god, what is it? Damon Kemp.
There
that
you go.
His name. Yeah.
Oh, get the stick.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, he did.
It's crazy how many they've done. They've done off the top of my head, I could think of 3 of them. That was one of them. But yeah, they've done so many of those. Like, they're dead or whatever. It's so weird. What are you trying to get at, NXT? It's so weird. We had Ren defeating Bright by pinfall in that match. And we had the main event, Trick Williams versus Cedric Alexander, which, again, was another pretty good match, actually. Mm-hmm. Trick and Alexander are actually really top-tier wrestlers on NXT, at least. I wish they gave Alexander more of a chance. I'm not going to lie. Dude, that guy is, like, super underrated. Trick getting the win at the end by pinfall over Alexander. And yeah, that wraps up NXT.
One more point from NXT.
What's up?
They were also notified that the one and only, say his name, Joe Hendry will have he has a concert at night 1 of Great American Bash.
Yeah, Great American Bash. And he also was at the most recent live event, leaving or NXT live event, leaving signed flyers on everybody's like cars.
Oh yeah,
like all the windshields and stuff like that.
He is taking the wrestling world by storm right now.
He that dude knows how to get himself over. It's insane.
Yeah,
that's blowing up, man. So, dude, WWE, whenever you get a chance, man, if you can get him. But that might be the one. That might be one of the few reasons why this WWE TNA thing is working out so well.
Yeah,
but we believe in Joe Hendry.
We do. We believe. We believe. Booker T does not believe. Booker T will believe at some point.
Booker T has issues.
T will believe. Booker T has a dude. He's on some of those, man.
He's from Houston. Of course he's got issues.
Dude. No, we love Booker T here. All right, moving right along. We got SmackDown. We got the show opener. Before it opened, we had the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu and Tonga Loa, that were announced as part of a tag team gauntlet match to decide the number 1 contenders for the WWE Tag Team Championship. I believe it was supposed to be Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, but Tama Tonga had an eye injury, quote unquote. Yeah. That's why he had the eye patch, which I saw in pictures, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then I went back and watched the highlights.
Yeah,
and
KO.
Like, oh, okay, he has eye injury. Oh yeah, the KO thing. Okay, I remember that. Oh man, he's trying. It's a super villain. It's a super villain phase right now. So opening match, we had LA Knight and Santos Escobar. LA Knight cutting a one camera shot promo on his way to the ring, and I love those long camera shots where they follow the wrestlers out to the entrance.
Oh,
Those
they're
are so
amazing, bro.
entertaining to
I'm so
watch.
glad they integrated those in.
Oh, absolutely. I dare say this is actually a very good match to open the show with LA Knight and Santos Escobar. Of course, we had everybody's favorite wrestler of all time, Logan Paul, coming in trying to cause some shenanigans.
Boo.
Boo, indeed. I actually forgot who won that match.
Which one?
LA
Knight won the match.
LA Knight. Oh,
Yeah.
did he? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Please, LA Knight, get the title. and this reign of terror from Logan Paul. We have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill calling out the Unholy Union. That was actually a pretty interesting promo between them. Of course, highlight was Jade Cargill picking up Isla Dawn and just chucking her out of the ring.
Oh, that was great.
That's a dude.
Yeah, thank you.
She's not a dude.
That's what Roger Protectors did.
Yeah.
Oh
my god. So stupid. Moving right along, we had the Bloodline winning the tag team gauntlet. That gauntlet was actually pretty entertaining. I was really entertaining. I was really hoping Street Profits would pull it out, but no, they got dropped at the end by the Bloodline. So Bloodline getting a title shot against DIY. I believe they said next week.
Is the title match next week or at what you call it?
SummerSlam? No, I think they said it was going to be on next week's SmackDown, the Go Home SmackDown.
Yeah.
Okay, so finish off.
Okay. We had a appearance from Terrence Crawford.
Oh yeah.
Who I believe was on last week's SmackDown.
Yeah.
No, he was on. Where was he?
It was last week. He gave Cody a chair.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, because I saw the name and I was like, that looks familiar. I was like, okay, yeah, he's the guy that gave Cody the chair last week. We had Terrence Crawford just decking Austin Theory in the face while him and Grayson Waller were trying to cut a promo. Man, I'm very curious where they're going with this, really, because are they going to do another celebrity match? I haven't heard anything. It'd be interesting if they did, but
bring back Bad Bunny.
Oh, for real.
Watch him execute another wicked Canadian destroyer.
The Bunny Destroyer, as they called it.
It's the Puerto Rican destroyer.
We had tag team action with Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax defeating Bayley and Michin.
That wasn't fair. She's Bayley.
Did y'all notice something in that match? I know I noticed it. Tiffany Stratton gave Bayley the stink face.
She did. I did see that. Oh my god.
My turn.
Stupid. Oh, good. And I believe that was it. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Then there was another segment with Solo telling Roman to acknowledge him.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Dude, Roman Reigns has got to return at SummerSlam.
He's got to.
Yeah,
I feel like he has to.
Well, because in that promo, he said
if
that
Roman Reigns has a problem with it, he knows where to
find me.
Yeah,
like that's.
And then he said, just like Randy, KO, and Cody, Roman will acknowledge me. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
trying too hard still. Like, I feel like the pushing is too hard. Look, we got it, okay? You don't have to come out every Friday. We got it. All right? We know you're the quote-unquote great value tribal chief now. Okay? We're all on board. We some of us are on board. Some of us still don't buy it. We get it. Okay? Like, I mean, like, this like, this is like you're the kid in school that, talks a lot of shit, especially the person that can kick your ass, but you go to the teacher and tell the teacher, and so the teacher protects you.
Yep.
Okay, at this point, it's like you're asking to get your ass kicked. Stop. We get it. We get it. You talk a lot. We understand. I understand. I see where you're coming from. I get it. You didn't get the job done. You went to Walmart and bought a Great Value bag, and now you're the head of.
Shut up.
I think Jimbo's a little too into this topic here.
I feel passionate on it. They're trying to be honest. Like, we get it. We know you're the head of the table now. Congratulations. Get off your fucking high horse. You haven't done anything yet.
Oh my god.
You brought in Tongalolo. You brought in Tama Tonga. You brought in Jacob Fatu. Great. That's wonderful. You haven't done anything yet. You literally beat up a couple of people. And they got beat up a bunch of times. Except for Jacob Fatu. But still, you haven't done anything yet. Slow down. Take your foot off the gas pedal. I mean, just kind of just glide into that bitch now.
So like they just swerve us at SummerSlam, right? And Solo wins the title.
Oh my dude.
Oh my god. Finally done it, but god dang man, did the comments of that happened.
I actually have a quick fun fact segment before. I think that was pretty much it for wrestling, huh?
Yeah, I had three more other like random news stories that I heard, but you can go ahead with yours.
So I actually found a couple of fun facts. I don't know if y'all I don't know if y'all knew or not. Cruz, you might know this, but this SummerSlam is the first time that Sami Zayn has had a match in the SummerSlam card ever. He's been in WWE for 10 years and has never had a SummerSlam match.
Yep. It's so weird to think about.
And then the other thing was I saw Triple H was in London and was speaking with them.
That was going to be one of the things I talked about.
You can go ahead, Cruz. You probably read into it more than I did.
But yeah, as Rafe was alluding to, yeah, Triple H and Nick Khan were in London. They met with the mayor of London to talk about potentially bringing WrestleMania there, which is something that fans have been asking for years now. What's up?
Hold on, back up. Met with of London.
Yes.
No. They met with the who of London?
The mayor.
Hang on, the mayor.
There's a mayor in London?
Yeah,
yes,
apparently.
There's a mayor of London. Yes, there's a mayor.
I thought they were ruled by a king or a queen.
That's the country. Or that's the entire like nation of England.
But wait. So there's a mayor in London?
Yes.
Like we're talking about London.
I literally pulled it up right now.
We were talking about the country, London, England, right?
Yes.
WWE President Nick Khan and WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque met with London Mayor Sadiq Khan on Thursday in the UK capital to discuss bringing WrestleMania to London. Talks were productive, according to Sadiq Khan. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing his name. I apologize. And the whole. I can feel. I'm not even looking at the screen right now. I'm looking at my phone, but I can feel you just like still in shock about this right now. So once we're done with this, just look it up for Pete's sake.
I'm just saying, when did they get on there?
Oh my god. Talks were productive, and the two sides plan to hold further talks to make WrestleMania in London a reality. I'm delighted to have met with WWE Hall of Famer Paul Triple H Levesque and WWE President Nick Khan to discuss how we can work to make London WrestleMania's first international destination. London has a great pedigree in hosting the biggest international sporting events from around the globe. That's true. Go watch SummerSlam from like 92, I believe. That was actually, SummerSlam from 92. That was actually a good one. And I'm determined to cement our city's reputation as the undisputed sports capital of the world as we work together for a better London for everyone. It's excited to be working with the WWE team. The meeting was really productive, and talks will continue about how we could turn our ambition into reality. But yeah, this is something that. Oh, there was also another thing tied to that. John Cena said if it does happen, if they do WrestleMania in London, he will be there. I'm not sure to what capacity. I highly doubt it will be to wrestle, since considering that next year will be his final year. But maybe he'll be like a host or something, or
Like
make like a
special guest
an
referee or
something.
appearance or something.
Yeah, or appearance or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, WrestleMania in London, that's something everybody's been talking about for years now. Because they haven't had they've never had a WrestleMania in London. They've had SummerSlam, and we just had Backlash in Paris and a couple other events in Europe, but never WrestleMania, which would be pretty cool to see. So fingers crossed.
I'm still stuck that London has a mayor.
Oh my god!
God damn it!
Just accept it. Jeez.
Let it go.
How? There's a monarch. They have a king and a queen.
Oh my god!
So of course we all know that WWE and AEW are like at each other's throats. So I kind of follow these pages where it's just WWE fans fighting with AEW fans because it makes me laugh.
So funny to see.
So I
funny
saw once somebody put a comment on there and said what AEW stood for was all ex WWE. It's like, damn.
I'm not knocking any of the ex WWE guys that are over there right now. I hold a lot of them to high regard and respect. Edge and Paige and John Moxley and everybody else that's over there. To a certain extent, that person is not wrong. It is literally, for the most part, all ex WWE guys, and it really makes me think back to when AEW first started. Chris Jericho, they did an interview with him, and he was like, "We're not going to hire, ex WWE guys. We're going to be very selective." But look who's on the roster, dude. Like 55% of the roster is nothing but.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
But
I actually did something yesterday in regards to AEW and WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Keith Lee's contract with AEW is about to expire.
I saw that. Yeah.
Keith Lee hasn't done much with AEW, and a lot of people are predicting that Triple H might try to bring him back.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. He definitely had a good run in NXT, and then he kind of got doo-dooed on the main roster because of Vince. And then it came at a weird time because it was during a lockdown era, and that was a really weird time for everybody. And I know he got let go around that time because of costs and whatnot. But it'd be cool to see him come back to
I would love to see Keith Lee was a nimble big man. And
he was.
I love the nimble big man.
He's another one of those. He should not be moving the way he does.
Yeah.
Like Jacob Fatu.
Yeah. And actually, I have. Go ahead, Chris. Finish yours.
Let's see. Hang on. I literally just had it pulled up. Oh, here we go. Pat McAfee expected to take time away from WWE, which we're all a little sad about. Because he did say he was going to go back to ESPN to do the College Game Day, but which I know I passed it along to you guys, and y'all said it would probably be easier for him this time around since he's on Monday nights.
Yeah,
and the games I believe are on Saturdays.
Yeah,
I might be wrong. So, because I know before he was on SmackDown, so he had to do SmackDown and then College Game Day. So maybe this will be a little bit easier time around for him to do it. I assume, much like last time, he'll probably come back around to Royal Rumble. Hopefully it's another surprise, because that was pretty cool last time when he came back.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, Michael Cole was genuinely surprised.
Dude, yeah, because he was like, he didn't tell me. He didn't tell. I just want it to be a total surprise, because not only is Michael Cole's reaction awesome, but if it's him and Corey Graves again, I love Corey Graves. I love the look on his face every time Pat's come back, whether it was a surprise to Cole or wasn't or whatever. I love seeing Corey Graves.
What is he doing here?
Please clear Corey Graves. Give us a match between Corey Graves and Pat McAfee.
Oh, dude, that would be badass.
God. Oh my God.
So,
Rafe, what did you have?
I just wanted to go over a couple quick things. So we've actually hit a couple milestones with our YouTube page. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. We actually hit 20 subscribers. I know that's not a lot, but we got to start somewhere. So 20. We also hit 200 views and 5.4 hours of watch time in 6 episodes. This is our 7th episode.
Nice.
So, and the views have gone up. I was looking at the statistics of everything. They've gone up by 5 to 10 on each video every week. So we're moving up slowly but surely. So I appreciate anybody that's watching this. I appreciate anybody that's spreading the word.
Thank you.
Tell your friends. You guys are always more than welcome to come on the show.
100%.
You are. We just thanks to everybody. I know I do it, and I know Rafe has started to do it, putting posts online about Facebook and our other social media platforms about our cats that we do. So we thank you for that. Please continue to view us, continue to check us out. We're thankful for that. I mean,
absolutely. Thank you.
I didn't think we'd be at that already. Honestly, I mean, we're getting views, we're getting subscribers. I mean, we're talking just the other day. We're enjoying this. We like what we do. We
are.
We screw around a lot on here. But that's what makes it real for us. Is that it's not just us just reading off a script.
Yeah,
we enjoy what we talk about.
And just so y'all know, this is literally us off camera. Like, this is what we do.
I was actually about to mention that. I was like, this is just basically us, just in our group chats, like almost every day.
This is our YouTube reality show, if you will.
Yeah, that's
no difference.
That was pretty much the idea of this. Because I remember I pitched it to you guys. I was like, why don't you?
It took off really fast.
So we might go more in depth on this. It's not really that long of a story, but the whole idea, for anybody wondering where this came from, the whole idea for this is, so these guys were talking about, I think y'all were talking about doing the draft or like the off season of NFL, and y'all were just talking about like nothing but like cowboy stuff.
Yeah.
Just one day, I shot y'all the idea. This was all for them. I was like, bro, y'all talk about sports so much. Why don't y'all do a podcast?
Yeah.
And so I was at work when I sent that, and then I'm on my lunch break, and I see like 17 messages of just like, yo, we should do this. Yo, we should do it. And then I know y'all talked to y'all significant others, and they all said, yeah, y'all should do it. And so I think the original plan was for them to do it. It was going to be Jimbo, Rafe, and Cody. They were going to do it, and then they wanted me to like do behind the scenes stuff and stuff like that. And then eventually it was like, no, we gotta get you in on this. I was like, well, I mean, I don't know that much about sports. I don't know what y'all would want me to talk about. And they're like, well, we can do wrestling and stuff like that. I was like, all right, sure, I'll take a stab at it. And here we are, 7 episodes later now,
yep.
And here we are with all these many views. And who knew that one stupid idea, one shot in the dark, of just basically putting our group chats live on camera for everybody to see.
And for those of you that are willing and able to watch, we will actually be having a watch party for SummerSlam, whether you guys are there with me or on Discord. That's really going to depend, but I will be in Houston for SummerSlam. I will be at Jake's house. Like I said, y'all are invited. So hopefully that'll go well, and then we'll have a watch party for that. We'll have a reaction for that as well. And then I think after that, we are going to start going live. That way, instead of doing recordings, we'll be live. We'll have a live chat. We'll have basically everything for you guys to, basically twiddle yourselves into our conversation and just give us extra stuff to talk about.
Weird.
We're unhinged, bro. Chill.
I got two more little, just small bits of news. First, congratulations to Blair Davenport and Riley Osborne. They just recently got engaged. Or married, I believe. Married. Yes. So, congratulations to them. And I saw this one the other day. Meiko Satomura has announced her retirement for next year. I'm a little bit familiar with her, but for those who don't know who she is, she recently wrestled in WWE's Japan Live Tour. Recently, she actually challenged Bayley for the women's title. She has been signed with the company since 2020. She was one of the top stars in NXT UK, reigning as the NXT UK Women's Champion for 451 days until Satomura lost the belt to Mandy Rose in an NXT Women's title versus NXT UK Women's title unification match.
I remember that.
Then she was kind of on and off. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good match.
Mm-hmm.
Then she was kind of on and off TV for a little bit. The last match she had on TV was against Roxanne Perez for the title, which she lost in March 2023. Outside of that, of course, she's been in. She wrestled in Japan. She's been in WCW, Stardom, DDT Pro, Progress, and Chikara Wrestling. So long career for her. But congratulations on her retirement.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for your service of the wrestling business.
For over 30 years. That's about as long as Undertaker's career. So,
well, okay, let's not hold cards compared to them.
Hey, the fact that her and Undertaker went 30 years wrestling, that's insane to think about.
Oh yeah, that's
like 5, 10, 20 years if anything, but to go 30 years from 90s to now is insane to think about. But
3 decades.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's Manny Cruz's age range. I mean, Twin Magic over here, they're still in the 20s, but that's me and Cruz right
now.
Yeah. Well, you're old.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me wrestling wise. I don't know if you guys got anything to add.
I think that's it for me.
That's about it, man. Just again, thank you all for the support. You guys, thank y'all for doing this with me and whatnot. Cruz pitched the idea to us. We hopped on. We've made a series out of it. We love it every minute of it. As Ray said, we are going to start going live at some point, but at the same time, we're going to be doing shirts as well, just sporadically during the week. We'll be doing some little updates on TikTok and whatnot, so go check that out as well. At some point, we're going to get a Facebook page up as well, so if you got any comments or questions you want to leave, you can leave them on there, and we'll talk about them on here. I'm pretty sure in a couple of weeks we're going to be having our first guest joining us, Rafe. Getting close, yeah?
I believe it'll be our first live. I think he'll be with us.
Okay. So we'll be having our guest join us. And then when the football season starts, my boss will be joining us at some point. And then I've got another guy that'll be joining us as well. So we look forward to thank you all for all the progress that we've made so far. We can't do it without y'all. And we just look forward to everything that's still coming. I mean, this is the first step, so this is to come. And that's all I've got to say for tonight. Anybody else before we sign off for tonight?
That's
it.
Well, once again, I'm the big man coming at you with Unhinged and Undocumented with the Twin Magic, Cody and Rafe.
Hey-o.
And I'm Undocumented man himself, Mr. Cruz.
Seriously, one day, sponsor, please. I drink this stuff like daily. Please.
Until next time, if you knew Clinton had a mayor, I need to know when that started.
Yeah, please put that in the comments, and please, as soon as we're done, go look that up.
Until next time, guys, be blessed. We'll see y'all next time.
God bless, guys.
Later, guys.